Super excited to do this map drawing with you. So remember, we're drawing a map of our neighborhood. Earlier we looked at that map that I had on Google that showed all those places in my neighborhood. But right now, I just want to draw a little bit more of a simple map about where I live and some things that are important to me around my neighborhood. So the first thing I want you to do, have a nice clean piece of paper. Afterwards, we're going to use crayons, markers, or colored pencils to draw in details and add color. You might want some pencils and erasers to begin with. So the first thing you do on your map is what? What do you think the first thing you should do is? Draw your house. You're going to draw where you live. So I live, well, that's a little crooked, but that's okay because we're just drawing. I live in an apartment building in Seattle, okay? And there are 10 floors. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, oh, and 10. I made it a little too tall, but that's okay. Mistakes are fine. And I live on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I live on the 5th floor right here. I'll add some windows in there for us. And that's Mr. Erickson's apartment. Now, I've been thinking about a few things that are very important to me, places to go that I go regularly that are in my neighborhood that I wanted to share with you. The first thing is I have a dog, and his name is Ashi. Many of you have seen a picture of him. And we go every single morning, we walk down the sidewalk, and we go to this wonderful dog park, and it is amazing. There's some steps to get up into it, so I'm going to draw some steps here. And there's also this really wonderful, great big tree. Now, I'm also going to try and draw a picture of my dog, Ashi. I'm not the greatest artist, but I do like to draw, so here's his legs and his big long tail, and that's a picture of my dog, Ashi. So he's looking cute at the dog park. That's the first place that I wanted to tell you guys about. So we're forming our map of our neighborhood. This is what you're going to be doing as soon as this video's over. Now, the next thing that is very important to me is coffee. Oh my goodness, I have to have my coffee every morning. So every day after we go to the dog park, we go down another sidewalk, and there is a coffee shop. So I'm going to write coffee here. And I'm going to put some little steam on top to show you that that is steaming hot coffee. So that is where I go each morning, and I get my nice piping hot cup of coffee. So that is one of my favorite places to go. Very important to me. Now, usually, after we finish coffee, we take this sidewalk back and we go back to my house. So we go this way, and then there's another road or sidewalk that kind of goes this way back to my house. And then I get ready for teaching in the morning. So these details that I'm adding show us how to draw this map of our neighborhood. Now, one thing that is very important in my neighborhood, and maybe you've heard it in the background in some of my videos, is there is a hospital in my neighborhood. So there is a building. If I go back this way and walk about 3 blocks away, there is a big building back here, and it is Virginia Mason Hospital. Hospitals often have a little kind of like a plus or a cross on them to denote that they're hospitals. So I'm going to put that on there, and I'm going to write Virginia Mason Hospital so that I know. So right now we've got our house, we have the dog park that I go to, the coffee shop, and Virginia Mason Hospital. We've already got 4 things on our map. I only asked you to think of 5 or 6, but you can certainly add more details if you'd like to. All right, another thing that Mr. Erickson loves to do, I love to read. I love, love, love to read. If I go this way and go toward downtown Seattle, remember I live in Seattle, there is this amazing building in downtown Seattle, and it is actually almost all glass, and it's called the Central Library. And I'm going to draw a picture of a book here so that you can kind of tell that that's a library. And that's one of my favorite places as well. Remember, your drawings don't have to be perfect. That's totally okay. But right now, I'll add some details to that later. Okay? Really cool building, though. Now, what is something we all need every single day? We need to eat. So there is a grocery store near my house. So if we go this way and then make a turn here, and usually I'll take my dog with me, there is a big grocery store right down here. So I'm going to write grocery store. Now, this is where I'd find things like apples. Maybe I could get some pasta, like some spaghetti with meatballs, delicious. I could get some grapes. I love grapes for a little snack, so those are good. I could draw a cluster of grapes there. Or some Swiss cheese. Swiss cheese is that cheese that has little holes in it, so you could draw some Swiss cheese with holes there. So that is our grocery store. My goodness, I've already got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with my house, 6 things, but I'm